Welcome back to another RotoMoto injury report powered by O'Neal. Some breaking news on this one as the injuries continue to pile up with the Supercross season coming to a close. Today we lost another 450 factory guy, leaving us with just 3 factory 450 guys left to make every main on the year. Today it was broken by Pulpamex's Steve Mathis before the team itself confirmed, but Monster Energy Kawasaki's Jason Anderson will be forced to miss the last 2 rounds of the Supercross season and maybe more, with the start of outdoors just 3 weeks away. The official press release was vague, saying only, quote, Jason Anderson sustained a neck injury from a crash at round 15 of the Supercross Live Championship in Nashville, Tennessee. With focus towards his recovery, Anderson will sit out the remaining rounds of the Monster Energy Supercross Championship and will take it week by week to determine his return to racing. But luckily, the 21 himself followed up with a statement of his own, saying, so last weekend I had a crash in practice that I didn't think it was too bad. After racing, then practicing this week, I felt like something was wrong. So after a CT scan, it showed I have a non-displaced fracture at C5, C6 in my neck. Obviously, that is one of the things we fear the most as racers is an injury in that area, but luckily where this fracture is, my season is not over and I can come back to the races relatively soon. Obviously, the fact that El Hombre was able to race the heat as well as a 20+1 in a 450 main means that the injury itself is not that serious. But just like Jason said, this is the part of the body that you are not trying to mess with. I personally don't think we see the 21 lineup at Fox Raceway, but I won't even try to speculate when we'll see him return until the rider or team are ready to give us some more info. Anderson isn't the only one to announce an injury from the weekend, as TLD Gas's Pierce Brown also suffered a setback, this time from a practice crash on Friday, and disclosed a hidden injury as well. The 33 took to Instagram with his announcement saying, quote, tough news to break, but unfortunately I broke my hand last Friday while prepping for the outdoors and had to get it fixed up in surgery today. I've also been dealing with a torn meniscus for the last month or so, and I went ahead and got that fixed up today too, thanks to Dr. Greenbaum. We're on the mend, and I'm gonna be doing everything possible to get back ASAP. Bummed to let my team and the supporters down as it's been a tough 23 season. I'll keep you guys updated on everything, but I'm stoked to get healthy and come out swinging for outdoors. That leaves Gas with no riders in either class, as Michael Mosiman already announced he was sitting out until outdoors, and the surging Justin Barcia suffered a devastating injury in that 450 main event in Nashville. That dragging back to whoops combo was gnarly and claimed more than one guy this weekend. Barcia required a mule ride off of the floor, and although no official word has come from Justin or team, Aaron Hansel with Racer X did confirm with Roger DeCoster that Bam Bam unfortunately broke his collarbone, and with that will miss a pretty significant chunk of time rehabbing to be back. The entire Austrian brigade is suffering and currently at risk of having no riders on the track for the 450 class in these last 2 weekends. Craig, Malcolm, and Muskin have long been out of action, but the toughest break of them all came when the gritty Cooper Webb went down with an otherwise insignificant fall in the first lap of his heat before being hit directly in the back of the head by a fellow competitor. Webb has been placed in concussion protocol and has rolled himself out of the rest of the Supercross season, saying, quote, as many of you saw, I suffered a concussion last night in Nashville. I am thankful that everything else has checked out okay. This will unfortunately put an end to my SX season. It hurts to have it end like this, but I can hold my head high knowing I gave it my all. Nobody is at fault. I made a small mistake and it happens in racing. Let's be better than that. That last line obviously is in support of Adam Cianciarulo, who had the unfortunate fate of being in the wrong place at the wrong time with nowhere to go when Webb went down in front of him in what is obviously a no-fault racing incident. Hopefully Webb becoming the 5th KTM group rider to suffer a season ender does not rush Aaron Plessinger back into action. AP has been day-to-day since a practice crash in New Jersey. He was hoping to line up in Nashville, but instead was eyeing a Denver return. Let's hope that he is ready for race pace and not just feeling the pressure. Lost in all of the factory headlines was the loss of 2 top-tier privateers and teammates in Benny Bloss and Grant Harlan. The 44 confirmed with Always Moto on Instagram that his heat race crash resulted in a broken collarbone that will cause him to sit out the remaining 2 rounds. He was able to get it plated quickly, which hopefully should cut his recovery time in half and leave him an outside chance of racing the season opener at Fox Raceway for the Pro Motocross Championship. Similarly, Grant Harlan crashed in the next lane over in the main event, his very first day on a brand new sparkly 2023 Yamaha YZ450. Early reports indicated that Grant dislocated his shoulder, but no official word on the severity of the injury or his expected recovery time. John Short also had a heat race crash that prevented him from lining up for his LCQ, but his outlook is optimistic and he plans to be on the gate in Denver. A last-minute addition, but AEO KTM's Joshua Varese also announced an injury that will keep him out of action this weekend. The 42 suffered a concussion in East Rutherford in the last chance qualifier, and he isn't quite ready for a Denver return, so we will hopefully see him line up in Salt Lake. I will actually be in Denver for the PulpMX LCQ Privateer Challenge and live show on Friday, as well as Saturday for the race, so if you are at Mile High and you see me bopping around, be sure to take a second stop and say hey. Until next time, thank you for watching RotoMoto. My name is Donnie. Keep it pinned to the weekend.